Hi there, welcome to Bloodhaus, the show where we talk about art house horror movies. I'm your host, Joshua Conkel.
And I'm your blood-craving infant, Drusilla Adeline. Welcome to a new episode of Bloodhaus, Josh.
Hey, what's up?
Not much. I'm enjoying a long weekend and relaxing a little bit. How are you? How are things over there at the new place?
Things are still bumpy, but they're fine. We've had a lot of house guests, potential gas leaks, toilet troubles, neighbor troubles. I really am like past due on getting an exorcist to come visit this apartment because something is definitely wrong. I'm worried about the criminals who used to live here, as we discussed last week. I'm worried that they didn't change the locks and I'm just going to get robbed by those like Ukrainian mobsters that used to live in my apartment, or Polish mobsters, I think they were. So it's in progress, but you know, I persevere above all things, so I think it'll be fine.
As you do. Oh my God. It'll come along. I had a friend do a little like ritual in my house like a year or two ago, and it's made it a lot better. A lot of the weird bumps however, I'm still dealing with like, foundation damage and leaks and stuff like that. So
Sure.
That's something that the ooh-woos have yet to like really crack.
The bad vibes are gone, but the bad architecture remains.
And isn't that every haunted house story?
Yeah.
Of like, oh my God, that's so amazing. The ghost has left Hell House. However, there's still massive foundational damage, and we recommend that you level it.
Yeah, you do need a completely new foundation.
The ghosts are gone, but the termites have been here for 2 generations.
Right. I did get to the movies, though, this week and saw a new release that I think that you've seen, too. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Potentially.
I saw Late Night with the Devil.
Oh, I have seen that. I did posters for that movie, actually.
I thought maybe you did posters.
I did.
The posters look gorgeous.
Thank you. My poster, as far as I know at the moment, was finished and was used, but it was only given away at like live events. Like they had like goodie bags and stuff, and my poster was in there, which is cool. But I'm also like, put it out. Put it out in the world, cowards. I want to switch my letterboxed one so it can be that. Like,
so your poster is not the main like key art poster, but it was like
no, that's my friend Kim's.
A secret third thing.
It's a secret third thing, and it's very cool and exciting, and I like it. And I'm like excited for it to be more in the world. It is officially in the world, and people like have it in their homes already, but like only a handful of people who got to go to like live event screenings. They kind of did like David Dastmalchian and some of the actors in the movies and like local performers did like quote unquote live tapings of Late Night with the Devil in New York and LA for a little bit, where like they would host like a live kind of horror cabaret show on the theme of the movie and have like performers do like magic and seances and stuff like that, and then they would play the movie. And they got little tote bags with like a vintage TV guide with him on it, or like a mug for the studio, and then my poster like printed in it as like
that sounds so fun,
frameable poster.
I was so excited to see it because I loved the concept. I loved the trailer. And there's so much that I loved about it. I loved the production design. I thought the acting was great, but I just didn't didn't really work for me, unfortunately. And I was really bummed by that fact. I felt like, and it seems to be like I'm the odd man out because the reviews are really good. It's got a really high percentage on Rotten Tomatoes. But my whole group didn't really vibe with it. And for me, I wish it had been a traditional narrative film rather than a found footage film, because it doesn't stick to its guns, or like it doesn't deliver on its promise of being a found footage film, because
it tries to do both.
The setup, Yeah, it tries to do both. Like the setup is you're watching a lost tape of this 1970s late night TV show. But like whenever it's inconvenient for the movie, it just suddenly breaks out of that. And it feels like a cheat. And as a result of trying to do both things, for me, it kind of like doesn't work as in either way, you know? So it needed to commit to one choice or the other for me. And so, yeah, I just was really bummed because I really thought I was going to love it. I had really high hopes for it. What did you think of that movie?
I watched it some time ago.
Right.
Since I worked on it. And I had a lot of fun while watching it. However, those moments that you're mentioning did kind of bump me the first time I watched it, because I was kind of like, it's presented as like a lost broadcast kind of thing, which is very exciting and cool. And that's like a really big opportunity to like play with the format and like have a lot of, you know, like, especially as like a creative and as a filmmaker, you can do so many crazy things with that, and you get to like really lean into making that kind of stuff. And that's all the like video art kind of crap that I love making. My whole thing is I like making things look like old things. So like making old TV commercials, or like making fake trailers to play as TV commercials in those breaks, rather than going to like handycam behind the scenes footage of black and white for some reason. I feel like would have been more interesting
at all.
Yeah. And then the end also kind of breaks the format a little bit, which I was a little bit more okay with, but I also feel like didn't do enough for me. So I thought it was a super like fun watch, just for like to watch David Dastmalchian be David Dastmalchian and like own a lead role in a horror. He's so good, and he's so good at being a horror host. He hosts the Fangoria Chainsaw Awards, and like he loves the genre, and he clearly has so much fun doing that. The other thing is that movie's gotten some flack recently for its use of AI and its like interstitials, which is a big bummer, because they're like flat title cards that drop in like 2 or 3 times throughout the movie, and
it
like
would have taken a graphic designer half a day.
You could. There's so many amazing horror artists online, like illustrators and stuff, that you could have paid $50 to do this stuff. That would have looked more period and went very, very awesome, instead of just like, and like I think the filmmakers put out a statement being like, well, it was really early on in AI that we did this, and everyone was using it at the time to make avatars and stuff like that, and we didn't think there was anything wrong with it. And it's like, okay, but the tights, it's like, it's been a while since they did that, because the movie screened at South by not this year, but last year,
right?
Yeah, before they sold it to Shudder and IFC internationally. So like there was plenty of time for them to like go in and change that. And there's also the other thing of like, you legally can't copyright AI art, so it's kind of puts the movie like in a like weird like both moral and legal gray area, which is funky. I mean, I hope they change it before it lands on Shudder, which is where I feel like most people are going to watch it. It's, I don't know. The entire thing is such a cool idea, and Dastmalchian is the perfect guy for the role. So I just feel like the movie itself, in a few different ways, doesn't hit the mark, but it's a fun watch if you just need to have a fun watch.
Totally. It feels like the movie is just like a cheater, basically, in like a bunch of regards. You know what I mean? I feel like the beauty and the specialness of found footage is that you're watching a piece of media and you're trapped in that piece of media. So even if that includes plot holes, which it often does, like when you watch the Blair Witch Project, nothing is ever explained. You have no idea what's going on, because all you get is one piece of media, and that's what's special about found footage. And so, in trying to give us a backstory and all that sort of stuff, and breaking the medium of found footage, it just feels like pick one or the other. You know, it really bummed me out.
Well, it's also such a like inspiring and creative setup for a movie that by then like cutting out options for creativity, either in like fake trailers and commercials and stuff between the broadcast, and using AI and like not using actual artists for stuff like that. It feels like an almost intentional disregard of like a bunch of like creative it just seems like a missed opportunity in a lot of respects. Which is a shame. I've seen people in Letterboxd reviews and stuff like that say that some of the people are like not giving period performances, and someone said that the like possessed girl like definitely knows what an iPhone is. Like
the possessed girl reminded me. So not to name drop, but I am friends with an actor named Jessica Roth, who is the star of Happy Death Day. But
who's an incredible actress and is so
incredible
fucking cool.
actress. But years before I knew her, this was a sketch that my ex-husband and I were obsessed with from Onion News like 15 years ago. And it's a sketch where two girls are on Onion News and their friend from school has gone missing, but they're like two wretched little bitches, basically. And Jessica is one of them, which I didn't know until I was friends with her for years already. And I went back and watched it. And anyway, the girl from the movie is like those two girls from that Onion News sketch from 15 years ago. But I thought she was still, serviceable.
She's still very good. Like, again, the cast is all very, very good. Yeah.
Yeah, the cast is really good. But it did have that thing where I was like, some of these flourishes feel 80s to me a little bit, if I'm being honest. And I'm also not 100% sure that the I mean, maybe I hope they did their research, but I was like, I don't think if you cut to commercial that this would switch to black and white. I don't think the cameras would be following people backstage. I don't think their mics would still be hot. I'm just like not 100% sure on all of that stuff. So,
yeah. And also like, I'm sure there's plenty of people for the argument of like, well, if you like cut to commercial and stuff like that, it would ruin the flow and like tension of the movie. Mandy would beg to differ. Like, there is a way of like, doing that to like both break and add tension.
Or just give us the stuff when the show is on. Just have a space, you know what I mean? Like, just cut to the next part and we don't get commercials and we don't get backstage and all we get is the broadcast. That's an option too. I
mean, dead air is also scary. Like,
anyway, that was my feeling about that. I hope no one I love the people at Shudder so much. I know that sometimes some of you listen. Please don't be mad at me. I love you guys so much, and I'm so glad that this movie is doing well, and it's fun and all of that. Yeah,
and we're both really, really big fans of David Dastmalchian's work, and he's so fucking incredible in this. And it's like very, very obviously such a passion project for him, and I'm so glad it's out there and made. I'm so happy to have been able to work on it, even a little bit.
Yeah.
Anyway,
what about you? Have you watched anything cool?
I also watched contemporary films too. What a fucking world. At least one of which I know that you have seen. But I kind of did a double feature last night of two movies from last year that I had been meaning to watch that both weirdly have similar setups. Of a man has to spend the majority of a movie in a car with a strange and potentially violent individual as they go on a journey of self-discovery, and it's kind of a horror, kind of a thriller movie. So first, starring Kyle Gallner, I watched The Passenger, directed by Carter Smith, and then we followed it up with Sympathy for the Devil with Nicolas Cage, and what is his name? Joel Kinnaman.
I have seen The Passenger, but I have not seen Sympathy for the Devil.
We did The Passenger first, Ivory and I, and really, really liked it. We were really kind of taken aback and surprised at really how well it works.
Yeah.
It's a really good setup.
It is a good setup. Sorry, go on.
And Johnny Berchtold as the kind of more like demure of the two is really good. And like, I just love movies where Kyle Gallner plays an occasionally violent weirdo who helps other shy weirdos out of their shell, because I also love Dinner in America.
Yes, I still need to see that. I know a bunch of people who really love
it. You would love it.
Who knew that Kyle Gallner would turn into this? Like, he's so good in this movie. And I just think of him from Veronica Mars, as like a teenager.
Oh, yeah. Or like Jennifer's Body.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I love him.
He's really, really good. It's like Carter Smith is such a great filmmaker, and he gets so much tension out of like every single scenario. The like production design is so fucking good. The choice of his car is so fucking good. I know you've already commented on his sweater being so iconic, which is the same one that Ivory has.
I know. I was like, that's an amazing sweater. I texted you that while I was watching it, I think. And you were like, Ivory has that sweater. And I was like, I know this character is supposed to be poor white trash and he comes from a trailer. I know for a fact that this sweater retails for $500. I can feel it in my bones and I'm willing to pay that and I want it. And I did research it and it was more expensive than $500. The one
actually... No.
Well, Ivory sent vintage, right?
Well, so Ivory sent me an interview with the costume designer from the movie.
Okay.
So apparently, Carter Smith or Colin Gallagher or someone involved had that specific kind of moss green sweater in moss green and textured sweater in mind.
Hair.
Yeah, and the production designer like looked it up everywhere and like was driving because it was filmed in Louisiana. I was like going through thrift stores all around Louisiana, couldn't find anything like it, and so they made it for the movie.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay, everything that I could find to it that was close was like really expensive.
Yeah,
for men.
Ivory's isn't vintage. Well, it was thrifted, so it's
thrifted, but not vintage.
It's thrifted, but I believe it was from like hers. I looked into the label, and it's from like 10 years ago. And it wasn't designer or anything like that. It was like, $30-$40 sweater that you could buy. And
Ivory also like does that for a living.
She's like, she's literally a stylist, sells vintage, and is a costume designer. And this just happens to be the thing she wears like every day.
It's really cool. I loved it
really
so much.
Cool.
Yeah, I loved that
he
movie.
Looks so good,
I thought Johnny Berkdahl and Colin Connor was both so hot, and I wanted them to kiss so bad.
I wanted them to kiss. There's so many times throughout the movie where they're like right about to, and you're like,
kiss.
I will say the fucking MVP of the whole movie though is Lisa Vile, who plays the elementary school teacher.
Oh, she was great.
She's incredible. The movie's very, very, very good. And both the leads are incredible. When she shows up, it like really gets to the next level. Her first scene, I almost cried in. Like,
she was really excellent.
It's really, really good. And she stays a primary character through the rest of the movie. I really loved it. I thought it was great. And then we followed it up with like the exact same setup from the exact same year, except Sympathy for the Devil, directed by Yuval Adler, stars Joel Kinnaman as a man who's like on his way to his wife in the hospital because she's in labor, and he's there as he needs to be there as the expected father. Until Nicolas Cage just jumps into the back of his car, puts a gun to his head, and tells him to drive. And Nicolas Cage is wearing a like shimmering red jacket and has like dyed red hair, but like only on the top. But it's clearly like from like shaken out of a can, sprayed red too. Yeah. And holds him hostage in Vegas and tells him to drive and all this stuff. And then it becomes suggested that Cage has been sent to assassinate Joel Kinnaman's like blue collar nobody character, and maybe he has the wrong person, maybe he doesn't, maybe Joel Kinnaman knows more than he seems. In terms of the like these two characters stuck in a car together and your personalities are going to bump against each other, I don't think it was as successful as The Passenger. But as soon as they get out of the car and go to a diner midway through the movie, it really amps up, and Cage is able to like live and breathe his Cageness into this character with like a thick Boston accent, which is a choice for him, and I love it. And he's obviously the star of the fucking show, and he's incredible. And he's totally unhinged and unpredictable, and that adds a lot of tension to super, super fun. I don't think the ending lands where it needs to, considering I feel like it already had its climax, but then like the narrative wasn't over yet, so it still had to keep going. And I don't think that the first half is as good or as well taught or paced as it needs to be to get there. But maybe I'm biased because I was watching it after watching a very good movie in The Passenger. But I liked it. I just like, it could have been better.
The Passenger, the tone surprised me because I thought it was going to be like sort of, you know, gonzo and wild and fast, but it's actually like pretty much a drama, you know?
It's very much a drama. It's very like
really good.
Very lived in its like kind of southern rural setting. It feels still very like middle America in a way that like I related to very strongly. I mean, I also worked at little like burger joints like this in my like late teens, early 20s, and there were so many guys like Kyle Gallner's character that were quiet and weird, and they showed up and then they left, and you're like, he could come in with a gun one day. So you're always nice to those guys, and you're always like, you have friendships with them at a certain level, but not too far, because the day they show up with the gun, you want to just make sure that you're either not there that day or you're just like not on the list.
I always feel like that's who I would buy weed or acid from. It's like my older, quiet coworker at the shitty burger place.
Yeah, that got the like one guy that I could bitch to and talk to at the Dairy Queen at like midnight. But if you like saw him at 2 p.m. out like and about in public, you would like turn the other direction.
Totally.
But he's really good. He's really, really great. Carter's an incredible director.
I want to see more about him. I don't think I've seen anything else.
I feel like you would like Swallowed. He also did Midnight Kiss.
Oh, I saw Swallowed. That's the one where the woman swallows is compulsively swallowing things.
No,
is that Swallowed?
That's Swallow.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Swallowed is a queer film with Jenna Malone from like last year.
I've never seen it.
Okay.
I'm gonna do my research.
Yeah. He also made The Ruins with Jenna Malone from like 2008.
Yeah, that I saw.
Killer plant movie.
That was super fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we are here to talk about a really weird one today. One that I just saw for the first time and absolutely loved. Texted Drusilla during the movie and was like, we have to do this right away. So we bumped our other plans in order to cover this movie for me. This is a French movie from 1990, co-written and directed by Alain Robac. It is Baby Blood, or known as in America as The Evil Within.
Au début du monde, la terre était un astre tout juste refroidi, couvert de gargouilles immondes. Toutes ces formes de vie se mirent à se reproduire, toutes sauf une. Moi, à qui il ne manquait qu'une chose, la naissance.
So I don't know. I had never heard of this movie. I picked it at random off of Tubi or something like that. Posted about it during the movie. I texted you, texted a couple of people that I know who may have seen it or loved it. Dylan Dawson, who's a former guest, said, I have the Kino Blu-ray, but I hadn't watched it yet. And our mutual friend, also former guest, Steak Mountain, was in my DMs. Like, that movie's incredible. I'm obsessed with it. So it feels like a movie. I maybe I'm just seeing the world through my own eyes here, but it feels like a movie that's starting to get appreciated slowly because it just got this Kino Blu-ray. And I mean, I was a teenager in the 90s and I never heard of this, although Steak had, who's the same age as me. So who knows?
Yeah, but he has like super gonzo taste.
Yeah.
When we added it to the roster to like do properly on the show, I looked at it on Letterboxd, and like almost all of my friends who had seen it gave it 4.5 stars, have logged it multiple times. And like across the board, it has like really, really high ratings, like 4, 4.5, 5 across all of its major reviews from people, and like almost every single review is saying like, thank you Kino, oh my fucking god, holy shit, this movie.
Talk about a gonzo movie. This is a gonzo movie. And I had the rare experience of, I never, even movies that I love, I never feel this way about. I like every section of the movie a little bit more than the section that came before it. So as the movie goes on, I'm like loving each new part even more than the part that came before it, which I'm somebody who typically like loves the beginning of movies a lot, like the first act of movies. So it's like very rare treat for me to feel that way. But I'm dying to know how you felt about it because you just watched it for the first time as well.
I did. I just watched it for the first time. It's weirdly, it's streaming in one place, which is through AMC Plus on Prime. So
that's right. That must
if you have AMC Plus, you can't watch it. If you have Shudder, you can't watch it. But if you have AMC Plus as an add-on to your Amazon Prime subscription, you can watch it. So I had to get a free trial.
I hate the streaming era.
Even though I already have
obnoxious.
AMC Plus, I had to get a free trial of it on this other thing. It's very annoying. So yeah, I watched it this morning. The version that's streaming is dubbed. At least that I watched was dubbed.
Oh, really? I watched it in French with subtitles.
Okay. The version I watched was dubbed into English, but only like 90% of the movie. There was a handful of scenes throughout that weren't and it also neglected to subtitle.
Oh.
So my like understanding of French, but it was all like, you know, simple scenes of like a truck driver that was giving her a lift, telling her about himself. So that didn't take me out of the movie at all. Apparently the Kino Blu-ray includes both English and French language options.
Well, I don't know if you watched the American version of it though, because that actually has, we'll talk about the alien. That's like not really a spoiler. It's what the whole movie's about. The English dub, the alien's voice is Gary Oldman.
Really?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So the one that you watched.
That's the one I watched. It had the English audio, but it wasn't the English cut because it still had. That's why it would cut away to French occasionally.
Right.
I didn't like this movie even a little bit.
Oh no, you didn't like it at all?
There was a few points where I thought it had some really cool camera work, where the camera takes on the POV of like a knife and shit like that. There's some really crazy fun effects work where the camera like goes into her body, which is wild and wacky and fun. But the movie as a whole, I thought, was a mess and not any good, even a little bit.
Oh my god, I'm so shocked because to me this is giving Brain Damage by Frank Henenlotter. It's giving Possession. It's giving, I don't know.
The only way that it gave Possession to me was that there is a brunette European woman with blood on her face. Other than that, there's no comparison.
Well, some of the squalor too, like she's living in an abandoned building with a creature, like some of that sort of stuff.
A little bit. But I don't like this lead actress. I don't think she's very good. I don't like almost anyone in this movie, which you're not supposed to like anyone, but I don't mean from like perspective. I mean from like performance perspective.
You don't think that they're talented.
I'm taking the dub out of it as well. I'm just talking about like physical performance. Like I think the movie says like almost very little to nothing on the like pregnancy idea and setup. I thought it was one note the whole fucking way through. And like had almost no change in that for me. It got more interesting as it went along, but it also got more frustrating. Like also for like a pregnancy movie, she doesn't present as pregnant until like the final 20 minutes of the movie, which is fucking insane. You also never see the birth, which is fucking insane for a gore movie about a pregnant woman giving birth to an alien baby thing.
Oh, I'm trying to remember if that's true.
She's in the back of an ambulance. and it cuts
Right.
to just trees, and then it cuts back to she's holding a very clean baby. Like, we see a like dream sequence of a birth, which is like on the poster and stuff like that, which is very cool. But we don't actually see the birth, which is kind of fucking insane. And I thought the ending was really disappointing and ugly. And I thought like the final ending of the movie was super like lame and uninspired and disappointing. And it felt like they just ran out of ideas. The whole movie felt like, well, she's got to kill someone now. So I don't know. She's here now. I guess she's going to kill someone. And
I just
all felt like an exercise in nothingness. I don't know. I feel
gobsmacked. I feel gobsmacked.
I feel like
because I had you pegged
the only thing
for
that makes this quote unquote art house is the fact that it's French. Like, I thought this movie was kind of dog shit. I did not care for it.
I'm so floored. Well, I'm sorry you didn't enjoy it and I made you watch it. I absolutely loved it. It's one of my favorite movies that I've seen in a long time. I feel regretful that I didn't see it as a teenager. So
when the credits came up, when like you get like a shot of the stars and then the credits happened, I literally audibly yelled, "No!" Like, ain't no way that's the ending. Are you fucking kidding me?
Well,
the opening is like very close to Peter Jackson's Dead Alive.
Yeah.
But also like it's a gore movie in which a tiger explodes and that's off screen. What?
It's a
that's stupid.
So let me give a quick synopsis. This movie follows Yanka, who at the beginning of the movie is a lion tamer's assistant in a decrepit old circus, which is cool. She's in an abusive relationship with him, and she's planning to escape when the circus procures like a leopard from South Africa or somewhere in Africa, which explodes because it has an alien parasite living inside of it.
Which explodes off screen, and there's not even a sound.
So this alien parasite crawls up inside Yanka by means of a way that I'm sure you can guess, and is living inside of her as a pregnancy and speaking to her. She escapes the circus and goes to the city where she lives in an abandoned building, basically. Her boyfriend tracks her down. She kills him, and the thing inside of her speaks to her and tells her that she has to drink blood. This sets her off on a madcap adventure of traveling and killing men to drink their blood until she gives birth to the creature in a sort of gonzo explosive scene at the end. I don't know. Is there anything that you would add plot-wise that's important to say?
Is there a plot?
That's not fair, Drew. I mean, there are movies on our show that have no plot to speak of whatsoever that you love.
I know, I'm joking. It's a picaresque like journey through France where she's suddenly working a job and then she'll kill a man and then run away, and then it'll give you a title card of 2 months later, and now she's working a different job and she'll kill a couple of men and then she'll run away and they'll give you a title card of 6 months later. It's that. This movie truly just did nothing for me. I'm so sorry. Like, I'm so
sorry too.
I feel like something like Dead Alive, the Peter Jackson movie, has a lot more like gore going on for it. This movie wasn't nearly as gory as I was expecting it to be. There's a lot of fake blood in it, which is very fun, and it's used in a very fun way. There's maybe only one gore scene that's like truly like, oh, cool. And it's the like birth dream sequence. And there's one guy that we get later on in the movie that you can kind of see a rib cage a little bit.
Yeah.
And so, but also Dead Alive has like a huge comedy streak going through it, which this doesn't have.
This doesn't really have. I mean, it is funny have
even a little bit,
but I think it has a little bit. I think this has some camp elements that are successful to me.
I think only in the kills. All of the like period of time between the kills is just her walking around and then the baby saying the same things over and over and over again. I
think it's all stylized in a way that works for me.
Well, that's the thing is like when you get to the kill scenes, those are stylized and fun. And like when you get to like, you know, her in the back of the ambulance and the camera goes inside of her, that's very stylized and very creative and interesting. But with all of the meat between those, all the connective tissue that like is like 90% of the movie isn't stylized even a little bit. It feels very slapdash, and it really just feels like we're just walking around France with one camera and a lady doing some stuff. It reminded me more of Under the Skin, which is a movie
I was just about to bring up Under the Skin, which is another movie that I love and you don't. And I think similarly to that performance by Scarlett Johansson, I think she's really good in this movie because she's like a lonely drifter who for broad swaths of the movie doesn't speak except to this creature. And, you know, the alien parasite inside of her is the only relationship that she has. And so a tenderness develops between her and the parasite that I thought was really interesting and moving. And I thought she gave an incredible physical performance, and especially when she has such little dialogue. And also, like Under the Skin, it kind of allows you to like imprint upon the character in a little bit of, in a sense. So for me, it all really worked. Yeah, I'm so sorry that you didn't like this. I thought for sure you would.
I found it very, very frustrating tip to tail. Also, the like omnipresence of like quote unquote like African Burundi music on the soundtrack throughout the movie felt discordant and like kind of lame at best. I like, it's weird when it needs to be, which is good and fun. And like, there's occasionally like interesting, fun, weird choices. Like the kitchen kill scene, was super cool and fun and interesting. And there's like a part where she's working at a restaurant, which has a poster out front that says "Coming soon, Baby Blood 2," which is like a kind of funny, interesting.
That's funny.
Little bit, but like I feel like all of the movies that like you or I could compare this movie to are all like significantly better than this. Rabid is significantly better than this.
Disagree.
Dead Alive
I think this is better than
Possession
Rabid.
is significantly better than this. I think all of those movies also have so much more to say about the female body and about motherhood and about birth, and that this movie, I don't even think has even a little bit of interest in that. I think it has a setup that they thought was interesting and neat, and then not much happens. I don't know.
Let me say something.
I really hated the ending too.
This is a movie to me that's about loneliness, which I really like. The character is really lonely. She's a drifter. This thing is destroying her, but it's also her only relationship. So she feels a tenderness to it. I think that in and of itself says something about motherhood, especially mothers who are on the fringes in one way or another, and how your children sort of devour you, but also it's like the only people that you have. So I think that there's like an economic sort of message there. I really loved the framing device. So the movie opens up with the voice of the creature, which is better than the French one I think is better than Gary Oldman's, which not everyone feels that way, but Gary Oldman, presents as a male. The French voice is, I think it's a woman who's doing it, but I'm not sure, but it presents as like really tinny and androgynous. It's a bit like the Exorcist demon voice, kind of.
I got, because of the like changing of audio tracks, I got both.
Okay.
So I did
prefer
get
the
both.
French one. But there's a framing device that reminded me of First and Future Man, or whatever it is that movie is. But basically the alien, we're seeing pictures of
volcanoes,
primordial Earth, volcanoes, and the alien has a voiceover about how it was on Earth before mankind in the cradle of civilization, which is Africa, and it's been sitting in the ocean waiting to be born. So basically you get a mythology about this alien species that's come here and it's just been sitting, and it tells her later that in millions of years it's going to come out of the ocean and take over the Earth from man. And so you kind of get this cool mythology that's very sci-fi-ish that I really appreciated. And that's why you get the African music too, because there's like a thing about Africa being the cradle of civilization, which is true.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just think there's so much that's beautiful about it. You get kind of some cat people-ish early stuff with the circus. I thought of Roar because they're in the cage with the real tigers. And that makes me very anxious. I don't know.
I will also say that I really hate seeing big cats like that chained and locked up for circuses and stuff like that. So that in the first 10 minutes put me in a really bad mood.
That's fair.
Which it's really, really tough to watch all of that stuff. They actually do put that actress in a cage with 3 lions.
It's
which is
really
so fucked and really
for
tense.
Me, we're not doing an episode about this, and we never will probably, but Roar to me is like the scariest movie I've ever sat through in my life. And listener, if you have never heard of Roar from 1981, go Google it. It will really fuck you up. So
starring Dakota Johnson's mom and grandma.
Her whole family, basically. Yeah. This all just really worked for me. I don't know. I don't know what else to say about it. I loved the gore. I loved all the killing men in alleyways and shit like that. I like how each section was like wilder than the one that came before it. I loved the bus full of football players at the end. I was so into this.
I mean, also like many, many, many quibbles with this movie. I found the large swaths of it just entirely boring at worst. And then occasionally interspersed by violence. But also like the entire final, 15, 20 minutes of this movie, she's covered head to toe in blood. And not a single person comments on it. She interacts with a lot of people, and all of them are
questioning the believability of baby blood in 1990.
No, it's just like after, like at first you're like, oh, ha 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 ha, they don't care. They're like looking down at the newspaper or something, whatever. And then the more it goes on, it's like actively annoying. I mean, like, ain't no way that going inside the body, restarting the heart bit is like even a little bit medically accurate, but that's super fucking fun and crazy and cool. And like, that was my favorite whole part of the movie. If there is humor in this movie, none of it landed for me. If there is an emotional resonance here in this movie, I didn't feel a speck of it. I just felt dingy and dirty for the first half, and then just bored for the rest of it. And with interspersed bits of like, oh, that's an exciting bit of blood and gore. And okay, we've already cut away to her walking around or driving a cab for a bit. All right. It felt aimless and pointless, and it honestly felt interminable to me, and I had no fun watching it.
Oh my god.
I strongly dislike this movie. Sorry.
Oh my god. That's okay. I just
I will also say that I was like in the week before watching this, before getting ready to record this, I was very excited to do this. And I ordered the Blu-ray from Kino because I was so confident I was going to love this movie. And it hasn't gotten here yet. So when it does, I'm just going to give it to you, Josh.
Thank you, because I was going to buy it. I'll pay you for it.
No, you do not. No, you do not. No, you do not. Not even a little bit.
I just loved it. It's actually one of my favorite movies that I've seen in many years for the first time. So
after watching it, I was like, I know Josh liked this a bit enough to recommend it, but woof. And then I like looked at Letterboxd and it was like 4.5. And I was like, I was going through your Letterboxd to be like, did Josh give this more than Mandy? What?
I like this a lot more than Mandy.
Ooh, I disagree.
I do. I know you do.
It's crazy because I don't see like almost any negative reviews of this movie. Like almost everything everyone has to say is like just absolutely heaping praise. And I've seen some people compare it to Jean Roland and stuff like that. I don't see that for a minute. I genuinely don't know. I think that this
stands up to the best of Frank Henenlotter, the best of David Cronenberg. I think it stands up to any of those things that you can name. I just truly loved it. And I'm sorry that you didn't. And yeah, I just thought this would be an episode where we just gush over this movie that we saw for the first time. So I feel a little bit bad that you hated it so much. But I think listeners should watch it and make up their own minds, because it's definitely, it's a rare movie. And I think it's getting more popular, and I think it's worth a watch for anybody who's curious. And let us know what you think. Are you Team Drew or Team Josh? I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Don't do that.
Or maybe part of the reason that it only has high reviews is because it's rare and hasn't only been seen by a specific amount of people. And the more it gets seen, the more people will join me on my team, and we'll finally realize that no, Baby Blood is actually just fine.
Well, it could be. I mean, I certainly wouldn't take my mom to see this. You know what I mean? It's like not a general audience kind of movie, but nothing we ever cover really is. So,
yeah,
I don't think mainstream popularity is like the metric by which you and I should be judging movies. But point taken. Well, this could have been more fun. So let's pivot to something that's really fun. No, that's okay. That's okay. Our favorite game, Have They Seen It? The game where we speculate wildly whether notable figures have seen the movie. Somebody that I love, who was living in France in the 90s, and a lot of Americans don't know this, but Molly Ringwald, star of all the best 80s horror movies, left America, moved to France. Oh, teen movies. Did I say horror movies?
Yeah.
Molly Ringwald, star of all the best teen 80s movies, left the United States, moved to France in the 90s, and became a huge star in France because she speaks fluent French. So she was living in France in the 90s. Do you think Molly Ringwald ever saw Baby Blood? I feel like she would hate it if she did.
I feel like she would not have had a good time with it if she did see it. But I also can't, with such a title like Baby Blood, I can't imagine her in Paris being like, let's go try this on for size.
I think you're probably right.
This is such a tough one to do this game with, because I feel like this movie has been like unseen for so long in English speaking countries. I don't know its release history before this, but I feel like it's been pretty unavailable.
It was a DVD from Anchor Bay.
Okay.
And then before that, kind of back in the VHS days, I guess you could get it, the American version, The Devil Within.
Okay. So,
or The Evil Within, rather.
Yeah. So it had, like, for those in the know, more or less, in the like
Steak
90s
Mountain,
and 2000s.
Basically.
Yeah, exactly. Who watches all of the best, like, sleaze and trash and insanity.
Yeah.
So, like, I'm
just thinking French people who were alive in the 90s.
Fine. Do you think that 90s and 2000s French heartthrob and star of such films as Lane, Irreversible, and Ocean's 12, Vincent Cassel, has seen Baby Blood?
Oh, God, he's so dreamy.
He's so hot. His little dance over the lasers in Ocean's 12 is like, it's something.
I feel like I need to look at his face to know. So let me pull him up. I think yes.
Yeah.
I think yes. He's cool. He's French. I think so. And I think he would like it.
Yeah, he and Matthew Kassovitz, their like breakout was Lane in 95. So I feel like they were like bumming around French video stores and movie theaters quite a bit before then. So I think there was absolutely like some late night screenings of Baby Blood they attended. And we're, oh, Zoutala! The hands come out of the belly!
Do you think, so this guy's French but works in the United States a lot, obviously. Do you think the director Alexander Aja has seen this? Director of Crawl and that new Texas Chainsaw Massacre and some of those like French extremists. I think he did the Hills Have Eyes remake.
Oh wow, Piranha 3D, High Tension. Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Haute Tension, that was him. That's right.
Yeah, Haute Tension. He did the Maniac remake?
Oh my God, you haven't seen that, have you? Didn't you say
I've never seen
that?
either Maniac.
I mean, they're both good. I really love the remake of Maniac.
Also, can I just quickly say that I love that High Tension was originally retitled Switchblade Romance?
That's a good title.
That's like a really good title.
Erroneously attributed so many movies to him that he did not direct in my my intro to him. But yes, I think he's seen it too. I think he would really like this movie.
Yeah, I think he would love this movie. I think he's absolutely seen it.
Speaking of bad endings, High Tension.
I haven't seen it.
So infuriating. You haven't seen High Tension?
I haven't seen High Tension.
Oh my God.
Ivory's been trying to get me to watch High Tension for like a year. She loves it. She loves French extremism.
Yeah, I'm kind of like, I can take it or leave it sometimes, but that movie, seeing that in the theater, I was like, this is the best movie I have seen in so many years. And then I hate the ending so much that it kind of like ruined the movie for me. And usually I can forgive a bad ending if the movie is good, but I've like never watched it again because I was so frustrated. So maybe I'm due for a rewatch.
Yeah. Not a French filmmaker, but there is a filmmaker who spends a lot of time in France these days because of their and Switzerland because of their extradition laws. Who has famously made a really big horror movie about pregnancy and having a scary potential thing inside of you. Do you think director of Rosemary's Baby and fugitive pedophile rapist Roman Polanski has seen Baby Blood? He was living in France in the 90s.
He sure was, in a big way. I don't think so. And I don't think he watches horror movies. I think he's like pretentious and like doesn't actually like horror movies, or do you know what I mean? Or like, I think he would watch like, I bet he saw Hereditary or something like that, but I don't think he would watch a horror movie like this.
See, I see two options. One where he really has a taste for horror movies and would have absolutely seen Baby Blood and loved it. Or the other side of the coin where he is so pretentious he wouldn't even watch Hereditary. Like, he's so
I think
pretentious.
That one's more likely.
That, like, he only watches, like, Bergman movies and Fellini movies, and he, like, only watches, like, super deep cut, like, Yoshijiro Ozu stuff. Like, that's, like, all he will touch. Like, I feel like that's an option.
Do you know what movie he would love that we've covered? It's the first one that came to mind out of our catalog. That was like, I bet he loves that. Personal Shopper.
Oh, no. He's like friends with the director of Personal Shopper.
Oh, is he? That makes sense.
Like,
I was like,
the director
Roman Polanski loves Personal Shopper.
Oh, I'm certain. Olivier Assayas, who wrote and directed Personal Shopper, co-wrote Polanski's like last movie or something like that.
Really?
Yeah, they're like close friends.
love Personal Shopper myself, but that's not great.
I mean, Mia Farrow's still friends with him. So
is she?
Yeah.
Wow. Interesting.
Right?
Interesting.
Considering, you know, that whole other thing.
Well, Mia Farrow has questionable taste in men. This is well established. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I guess that counts for friendships as well.
Oh my God.
Wait, I have a bonus one. One more. This person just came into my head. She is French. She's a pop star, very huge in 1990. Star of Knife Plus Heart, Vanessa Paradis.
Oh, I love Vanessa Paradis.
Me too.
I feel like she's seen this, but I feel like she didn't see it in 1990, and definitely not in theaters. I feel like she probably like saw it on tape in the mid to late 90s, like at a party with some friends. And I also feel like if you asked her what the like craziest horror movie she's ever seen is, she'd probably say Baby Blood.
Yeah.
But I don't know if she's a fan.
Yeah, I don't think she's a fan, but I think that she's seen it.
I think she's definitely seen it.
I feel like
awesome.
she might not even know that she's seen it, but if you have like a God's eye view of the world, you could go into her brain and be like, actually, you did see it on such and such a date in the year 2000 or whatever, you know what I mean?
So she's not certain she's seen it, but the parasite inside her is aware that she's seen
exactly, aka me. Well, great. This has been another episode of Bloodhaus. If you enjoyed this, please rate it wherever you listen to podcasts. You can email us at bloodhousepod@gmail.com. You can follow us on Twitter or Instagram. Drusilla, what are your socials? For people to crawl inside of you.
You can find me and my art over at sisterhidedesign.com. That Late Night with the Devil poster should be up there soon. You can also follow me on Letterboxd. If you look for Sister Hyde or Drusilla Adeline, you can find me there. And you can also follow me on Instagram at Hyde Sister, which is just an inversion of Sister Hyde. What a thing. What a world. What about you, Josh? How can people crawl inside your DMs?
I'm at Joshua Conkel on Blue Sky, Instagram, and Letterboxd. So next week, we are watching a found footage movie that we both love, I believe.
I haven't seen.
Oh, you haven't seen it?
That I have not seen. This has been a big listener request, and I think after a lot of Josh and I's off-mic conversations about Late Night with the Devil and the like super excitingness of those kinds of movies, we will be watching another early 90s treasure that's only recently been rediscovered. And a female filmmaker. Look at that. One a year, it feels like. From the UK, from 1992, and coming straight from your haunted TV set into your living room, we will be watching Ghostwatch.
I'm really excited for that. And before we leave, let me give you a pro tip since you haven't seen it, and as well to any listeners who are going to watch it. During the movie, scan the crowd scenes. You won't be disappointed. It's yeah.
I'm very excited.
I can't wait. Thanks, everyone.
Cool.
Bye. See you next week.